Imagine this. You're sitting with a group of friends, reminiscing about old times. Someone mentions a famous line from a beloved movie, like Darth Vader saying, "Luke, I am your father." But wait, wasn't the actual line, "No, I am your father"? You check it out and realize everyone in the room remembers it wrong. This is not just a simple case of a faulty memory. This is something much more curious. This is what we call the Mandela Effect. Now, imagine an entire group of people, thousands, even millions, collectively misremembering significant events or facts from history. But why does this happen? How can so many people be wrong about the same thing? Is there a glitch in our reality, or is it something more psychological? Today, we are diving deep into the strange and fascinating world of the Mandela Effect, a phenomenon where large groups of people remember events differently from the historical record. We'll explore the science, the theories, and some of the most famous examples that have baffled minds across the globe. Stick around, because what you're about to hear may just make you question everything you thought you knew about reality. Section 1. Origin of the Mandela Effect. The term Mandela Effect was coined in 2009 by Fiona Broom, a paranormal researcher who, along with thousands of others, remembered Nelson Mandela dying in a South African prison during the 1980s. This memory was so vivid and so widely shared that when Mandela actually passed away in 2013, many were shocked, insisting they had heard news of his death decades earlier. But Mandela was not the only example. As Broom began documenting other instances of collective false memories, she realized there was a pattern of people remembering historical events, movie lines, logos, and even the spelling of words incorrectly, but in the same incorrect way. This was no ordinary mix-up. It felt like a rip in the fabric of reality itself. The Mandela Effect was born. What makes the Mandela Effect particularly intriguing is that these aren't just minor misunderstandings or confusions. They are detailed, specific, and shared by large numbers of people across the globe. How could so many people be so wrong about something so clear? Section 2. The science behind false memories. So, what's going on here? To understand the Mandela Effect, we need to delve into the science of memory and perception. Memory is not a perfect recording of events. It is a reconstructive process influenced by emotions, biases, suggestions, and even group dynamics. Psychologists suggest that false memories can be formed through social and cultural influences, like a rumor spreading or a story being told and retold over time. Our brains are incredible machines, but they are also prone to errors. When we remember something, our brains often fill in the gaps based on context and familiarity. This is known as confabulation. It's a bit like your brain trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. It fills in the gaps with the most likely pieces, but sometimes those pieces are just plain wrong. Another theory involves the concept of schema, a cognitive framework that helps us organize and interpret information. When multiple people have similar schemas or expectations, they may reconstruct memories in similar, incorrect ways. This shared reconstruction process might explain why so many people remember the same incorrect details. But there's more. Recent studies in neuroscience have shown that when we recall a memory, the neural connections in our brain are not merely replaying a recording, they are actively reconstructing it. Each time we recall a memory, it can be altered slightly, much like how a game of telephone distorts a message as it's passed along. So, is the Mandela Effect just a case of faulty wiring in our brains? Or is there something more at play here? Section 3. Alternate realities and the parallel universe theory. For some, the psychological explanations don't quite cut it. Enter the more mind-bending theories. Some proponents of the Mandela Effect suggest that these collective misremembering could be evidence of alternate realities or parallel universes. According to this theory, our universe might have merged or crossed over with another similar universe where events happened differently. For example, in one universe, Mandela died in the 1980s, and in another, he did not. The merging of these universes, they argue, might explain why some people remember one version of reality, while others recall a different one. It's like two versions of reality were overlaid, and fragments of each have bled through to the other. While this theory is fascinating, and even backed by some quantum physicists who explore the multiverse hypothesis, it remains largely speculative. The idea of parallel universes is still hotly debated in scientific circles, and lacks concrete evidence. Yet, it opens up a world of possibilities and leaves us wondering just how stable our reality really is. Section 4. The most famous examples of the Mandela Effect. Let's take a look at some of the most famous examples of the Mandela Effect that have puzzled people for years. 1. The Berenstain Bears versus the Berenstain Bears. Many people remember the beloved children's book series as the Berenstain Bears, but the actual name is the Berenstain Bears. How could so many people misremember a single letter? 2. Mirror. Mirror on the wall. Nope. In the 1937 Disney movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen actually says, "Magic mirror on the wall," yet countless fans recall it as Mirror, Mirror. 3. Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes. People distinctly remember the famous cartoon series as Looney Tunes because it makes sense with the theme of the show, but it has always been Looney Tunes, a play on musical tunes. 4. The Monopoly Man's monocle. Many recall the Monopoly Man, rich Uncle Pennybags, sporting a monocle. But if you check any official images, he's monocle-free. Could this be a mix-up with Mr. Peanut, the Planters mascot, who does have a monocle? 5. The Fruit of the Loom. Logo. A lot of people remember the logo for the popular underwear brand featuring a cornucopia. But, surprisingly, there's never been a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo. Just a bunch of fruit. These are just a few of the countless examples. Each instance raises questions about the reliability of our memories and whether there's more to reality than meets the eye. Section 5. Psychological and societal implications. The Mandela Effect is not just a quirky internet phenomenon. It has deeper psychological and societal implications. It challenges our understanding of memory and raises questions about how our beliefs and perceptions are formed. When we realize that our memories can be so fallible, it can be quite unsettling. It forces us to confront the idea that our grasp on reality is not as firm as we'd like to think. Furthermore, the Mandela Effect touches on the concept of collective memory, a term used in sociology to describe how groups of people remember a shared past. If these collective memories can be so easily distorted, what does that say about the narratives we construct around history, culture, and identity? Section 6. Debunking the myths versus embracing the mystery. Skeptics argue that the Mandela Effect can be explained entirely by psychology and cognitive science, essentially our brains playing tricks on us. They point out that many Mandela Effect examples involve pop culture, which is rife with misquotes and misremembered details due to the sheer volume of content and its consumption over time. On the other hand, some embrace the mystery and find comfort in the idea of alternate realities. They suggest that phenomena like the Mandela Effect open the door to new ways of thinking about reality, time, and the universe. In a world where the ordinary can become extraordinary with just a shift in perspective, who's to say what's real and what isn't? So, what does the Mandela Effect ultimately tell us about reality? Is it a simple case of collective misremembering, a psychological quirk, or a glimpse into alternate dimensions and parallel universes? While science leans toward the former explanations, the fascination with the Mandela Effect endures, capturing the imagination of those who ponder the mysteries of human memory and reality itself. Perhaps, in the end, the Mandela Effect is a reminder of how little we truly know about the mind and the universe we inhabit. It nudges us to question our assumptions, to remain curious, and to never stop exploring the strange, unexplained phenomena that keep us looking to the stars and wondering, what if? As you go about your day, pay attention to the things you know for sure, because in a world full of possibilities, even our memories might not be what they seem. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the mysterious world of the Mandela Effect. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained. Until next time, keep questioning and stay curious.